Welcome back to Sports Nation. Dave McCann, Blaine Fowler. In our last segment, what we didn't hear was all rise because we thought when we have royalty come into the room.
That's right. When Diljeet walked in, if we would have known,
we would have just got up right in the middle of the segment.
We would have
Diljeet Taylor
stood up at the desk
is with us
to pay respects.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, seriously, how was Paris? How was the Olympics?
It was magical. And I think that's the word that even as my women have been being interviewed, just coming back, that's the one word that just kind of embodies the feeling of being there. Not just at Stade de France and at track, but just some of the other events too. And yeah, watching my own women's dreams come true, but also watching Team USA and some of our men also compete, just all around special.
There were so many BYU athletes, so ties to BYU, in the Olympic Games this year that we all had fun watching, but we didn't get to be there like you did. How proud were you to be there, as you mentioned, watching the men, the women? There were so many represented this year.
Yeah, it felt a lot like home field advantage, you know, just whenever we travel nationally, we feel like BYU travels really well, and it was no different at this Olympics because you had a ton of fans, family members traveled all across the world, and yeah, just almost in every event we feel like there was some recognition of BYU or a Utah tie, people that have moved here to train professionally. So yeah, it was really special.
And there were a few church stops. We saw pictures of your athletes speaking to youth groups, and it just looked like, it looked like you weren't very far away.
Yeah, our women pre-recorded for their devotional because the meeting was actually held on the day of, I think it was the steeplechase final. Yeah. And so there was a lot going on. I almost feel like I had 9 experiences all in one, but just one that I will remember. It will become a core memory.
This is a hard question to ask you, but I'm going to ask it anyhow. It's like, because there were so many great performances, PRs from BYU connected athletes. Is there one performance over there where you just go, wow, that was so above and beyond, that was crazy? Is there a best?
You know, for me, just I have to say what Whitney Orton did, being ranked where she was ranked internationally, and then to go and make a final, and then to get a 9-second PR. But I can't. I want to respect my women and what they did. I think that was just excellent. But Kenny Rooks, that was chills all around for what he did and the way he did it in just such a gutsy fashion. Just really dominant effort. So super excited for Kenny and Ed. I think, you know, super hard to, 1, become an Olympian, 2, to make a final at the Olympics, and then 3, to get a medal. And so for him to be able to, in his first Olympic experience, accomplish all 3 of those things, just, yeah.
Just crazy. And your athletes are young athletes. They're still progressing and getting better,
we're excited for LA 2028. Yeah. That will be really fun.
That is good stuff.
In the big picture of it all, what does it mean for your track office and the facility here at BYU when you come back from the world stage and people say BYU steeplechase you now, and there's all those things? What's the feedback coming back?
Oh, I think it's great. It gives us a source of just, it's a privilege, right? Pressure is a privilege. And so this idea that, well, for one, people need to understand that, like, you don't just come to BYU and become an Olympian, because I feel like it was being handed out, right? It's like, you're an Olympian and you're an Olympian and you're an Olympian.
Yeah.
It's super hard, but it's possible. And that's what our office has shown, and our teams have shown, and our athletes have shown, is the dream is possible. And so I think that's really inspiring for future generations. And one of my goals as a coach is always to stay true and be really intentional about making sure that we're doing things in an inspiring fashion. And nothing gave birth to dreams more than having our contingency of BYU athletes as Olympians.
Great.
It's so cool. Yeah, you know, it's been quite a year. So it starts with the Big 12 championship. That's BYU's first Big 12 championship in any sport. Yeah. So you guys
it was our goal. It was like, first year in, get the win. That was what we said. And now I don't know what the saying this year is going to be.
What rhymes with second year?
Second year in,
like,
defend.
So you win a championship, and then top 5 ranking. That's also really, really special, right? And then you go to the Olympics. You mentioned, you know, so many BYU athletes, and you personally were coaching Whitney and Courtney there as their personal coach, also extension of BYU, right? Where do you, like, that's the question. Where do you go from here? That's a pretty amazing first year.
Yeah.
Do you top it? Do you stay? Like, what do you have to do? What's the goal now?
The joke is I kind of peaked this summer, you guys. Like, I peaked in summer of 2024. You just build off of it. And I think not having a goal just like raises the ceiling. There's no limit to what we're trying to do in our program. It's just come in and let's see what's possible.
So what makes perfect sense for us to begin training camp for your title defense is to take your athletes to Alaska.
I know.
What's that all about?
I don't know.
What's up?
You know, I love creating and curating these experiences that are memories that will last for a lifetime. And so we did Hawaii a couple years ago, and I think it's going to be a really good team building experience. Just go to Alaska, and we'll do a devotional there on Wednesday. We don't visit Alaska very often, so the members of the church are super excited that this cross-country team is coming out. There's a ton of runners, youth runners that are really engaged in cross-country, and we'll run some trails, stay away from bears.
You're going to go on a bear hunt?
Yeah, and you know,
fish the salmon?
maybe see a glacier.
Know the protocol, because some bears you can't outrun no matter how fast you are.
I know. They have told us that if we stay in a group of 25 to 30, which we will be in, we should be okay.
You'll be all right from the bears?
Yeah. Good safety tip. Good safety tip.
It's good to know.
The makeup of this team for the fall. I have a sneaking suspicion you like the makeup of this team. What do we have to look forward to, and what are you looking forward to with this squad this fall?
I've got some really good experience coming back, and these are women who knew what it felt like to be at the bottom of the team and have worked their way up to the top. So they're going to be able to relate to the athletes that are just coming in, but also they've risen to being what we take pride in, which is being really nationally relevant. And so I'm going to lean on the expertise and experience of those team captains. And I on paper, we look really good. And I'll see how we really look here in a week.
Speaking of paper, and typically before someone has a movie made about themselves, they have a book. And so, well, you need a book. No, you have a book. You've got a book out called Believe in Her. So now you're an author, a published author. Tell us about this book.
I really act on inspiration. Like, I'm at BYU because I felt inspired when I came for my interview to be here, and I felt that same inspiration at the end of 2023 and just, hey, you should write a book. And I've had that feeling before, and I've always been able to but this nudge was different this time, and so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do it. And it's stuff that I've learned throughout the years and just building and cultivating confidence in young girls. It's really written, the intended audience is mostly dads, but also anyone that is in a leadership role in a young girl's life to understand, you know, in these kind of transformational years of their life, how we can be allies for them and understand the confidence struggles that just exist because of biological, cultural, societal, and just the things that we can do to help them dream a little bigger.
So you wrote a book for us.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the name of the title of the book is Believe in Her. Right?
Yeah.
So my wife has it on her nightstand. I said, what are you reading? She goes, hun, Diljeet wrote this. Like, you're next on this book. You have to read this. You're a girl dad and you're a girl grandpa. You have to read this book. I said, it's on. I'm next. I got next. Okay. So hopefully, and it's not a terribly long read, right?
You can read it in an hour.
You can read the whole book in an hour?
Yeah. Okay. 8 chapters.
Yeah.
Super easy.
So I got next. I'll be reading.
Okay.
I'll be
you
reading
let me
this
know.
week. I can't
quiz
pry
us on the book
I couldn't
next
pry
time
it
we're
from her
together.
hands last night, so I got next. But I'm looking forward to reading it and
Yeah,
being a better girl dad and a girl grandpa. Right?
Well, and I think I've spent the last 20 years now, which I'm aging myself, but I've been coaching women for 2 decades, and the power of what I've been able to accomplish has been really simple. It's really not the X's and O's. I found a way to believe in my women, and what they've been able to accomplish with that real belief has just been eye-opening for me. And the reason why I have the platform that I have and the success that I've been lucky enough to have is not because of me, guys. It's my women. And so I know that the magic lies in figuring out how to believe in them.
We've interviewed a lot of your women, and they say a lot of it is about you.
Well,
so
because you instill the confidence that lets them soar.
Yeah, and it helps me become confident.
Sure.
People look at me and they're like, how have you become such a confident coach? It's like, well, guys, I've spent the last 20 years building confidence in young women, and as a kind of ripple effect, it's come back and done the same thing for me. So, yeah, what I can promise is you're gonna see women on the line that believe in themselves and they believe in each other, and they also believe in me, which when you have those 3 things, magic happens.
Hey, we're proud
looking
of you.
looking forward to some
thank you.
magic.
Will you send us some Alaska pictures?
I will send you some Alaska pictures.
We'll post them. So.
It's cold and rainy, so it's a little bit, well, actually, we've had a lot of rain here, too.
Yeah.
Learn some toughness up in the cold
yeah,
and rain.
it'll be
running
good.
That stuff, so.
Diljeet Taylor, cross-country coach. Best of luck this fall.
Thanks so much.
Thank you
Looking
so much,
forward
you guys.
to greatness again this fall.
Should be fun.